Our next inductee is Al Hovland. Hovland is a lifelong Madison resident who grew up on the East Side during the Depression, graduated from East High and the UW, is a World War II Navy veteran, and then went on to a long teaching career at the UW in physical education. He was also one of the leading innovators of the Madison Recreation Department's summer playground system that thousands of Madison school kids enjoyed and participated in. Hovland was born in 1921 and was a young boy when the Depression hit the United States in the 30s. He says there were no organized sports at the time, so he and his friends made up their games of football, playing baseball with taped baseballs, and shooting hoops on peach baskets. After attending the old Division Street Hawthorne School, he headed for East High School. He played football and basketball and was co-captain of the basketball team. As a junior, he had to give up football due to a shoulder injury. He was a freshman team member in basketball when East went to state in 1936. Upon graduation from East, Hovland enrolled at what was known as Whitewater State Teachers College and joined the basketball team, but World War II broke out and he enlisted in the U.S. Navy and remained on active duty for 4 years. He was discharged from the U.S. Naval Reserves at the end of the Korean War in 1953. Once back on U.S. soil and in his hometown of Madison, Hovland entered the University of Wisconsin and was awarded a bachelor's degree with honors in physical education in 1948 and a master's degree in 1951. Shortly after getting his undergrad degree, he began teaching physical education classes at the Red Gym on Langdon Street. At the time, the Red Gym had only 3 basketball courts, which encompassed 2 volleyball and 6 badminton courts, and a swimming pool and a gymnastics gym. When Al started at the UW in 1948, he was an instructor-trainer for certification of water safety instructors in the American Red Cross Aquatic Program. He also became involved in coaching the varsity swim team as a volunteer assistant to longtime coaches Joe Steinhauer and Dr. John Hickman. He added to his swimming devotion by becoming a volunteer swimming official for the UW Athletic Department. He held this role for 25 years as a referee, starter, timer, and diving judge at meets held in the Red Gym and eventually the natatorium. He was the head timer at the first Big Ten Conference swim meet held in 1968 at the Nat. During the 1950s, he was a volunteer referee and starter of AAU swim meets in Madison under the direction of Pat Berry, then Northwestern's swim coach. In the late 50s, he was also a referee and starter for the Midwest Conference swim meet at Lawrence University. In 1960, Hovland became the coordinator of basic and elective physical education programs that involve staffing and programming for up to 3,000 students each year. During his 37-year association with the UW PE department, he taught 20 class hours per week in courses involving aquatics, basketball, badminton, bowling, tennis, and volleyball. Along with his teaching, he directed special aquatics training programs for the Army and Naval ROTC cadets in preparation for summer tours of duty. Hovland was also an official timer judge at UW track and field meets. He officiated at Madison High School track meets and WIAA state track meets that were once held in Camp Randall Stadium. In the late 50s, he joined the Badger basketball program as freshman basketball coach. In 1957, the Badger freshmen beat the varsity in their annual preseason game for the first time ever. A very special core group of freshmen would later go on to upset the vaunted and number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes in the 1962 season. As a teacher, Hovland was on a 9-month calendar at the UW, so in 1948 he began a 16-year association with the Madison Recreation Department under directors Dr. Howard Danford and Pat Holmes. He spent 3 years as a playground leader, 5 years as a supervisor, and 8 years as director of playgrounds. By the time Hovland ended his Madison recreation work, the program had grown to 42 playgrounds, a 90-plus member staff, and created offerings for school-age kids in sports, games, music, crafts, camping, and dramatics. In the 1950s, the Madison Summer Recreation Program was nationally recognized as the epitome of recreation programming for children during vacation time. Prior to the development of private swim clubs, Hovland served as a volunteer official for the Madison Summer Beach swimming programs. With the development of the private swim clubs in the mid-50s, Hovland was the clerk of the course from 1951 to the mid-60s. The first private pool meets started with about 300 swimmers. Within 10 years, it had surpassed 1,000 and today boasts more than 2,500 kids. He was also the clerk of the course for the first 3 junior Special Olympic swimming meets in the early 70s under the leadership of Professor Tom Bennett. While Hovland recognizes that his golf scores may soon match his bowling scores, he continues to be an avid golfer, swimmer, and bowler. He is still active in the UW Faculty Bowling League and has been doing that for more than 50 years. He has even devised a new scoring system for bowling that has been recognized by trade bowling publications and the American Bowling Congress. And Hovland was honored by this same club in 2009 with the Good Guy Award. Today, Hovland, as a retired professor emeritus, still lives in Madison. He continues to serve as a Bucky ambassador with the UW Athletic Department. Hovland and his wife Violet will celebrate their 66th wedding anniversary next week. The Madison Sports Hall of Fame and the American Family Insurance Company are proud to induct Al Hovland into the class of 2010.